Fala pessoal, beleza? Começando mais um vídeo aqui no canal e hoje eu vou assistir uma aula ao vivo no curso da Open English para vocês observarem como é uma aula ao vivo, tá? Uma aula tem em torno de uns 40 minutos, então eu aconselho, se você não quiser assistir toda a aula, você pega e adiciona um tempo aí mais rápido no vídeo para você conseguir observar, tá? Eu acredito que eu vou fazer alguns cortes aí no vídeo, então talvez o vídeo não tenha mais de 40 minutos, só para vocês observarem aí os principais pontos da aula. As partes onde tiver muita pausa nas aulas eu vou cortar para vocês observarem só como os professores interagem com os alunos e como os alunos interagem com os professores. Nessa videoaula aí, nessa aula ao vivo, eu não vou falar, tá? Só para vocês observarem como são os diálogos aí dos professores e dos alunos. Então, qualquer dúvida que você tiver em relação a essa aula, pode deixar aí no comentário. Deixe seu like nesse vídeo aí, o mais importante, se inscreva no canal, que isso ajuda demais no nosso crescimento. Então, pessoal, aqui eu já estou logado aqui na plataforma da Open English. Vocês podem observar que aqui no canto a gente tem, ó, reserve sua próxima aula em 10 minutos, tá? Então, a partir daqui, em 10 minutos, eu vou vir aqui, vou reservar minha aula, tá? Eu vou fazer essa aula aqui, Business Leadership, Business English. É uma aula ao vivo sobre negócios, inglês para negócios. Toda quinta-feira tem essas aulas de negócios. Aqui vocês conseguem observar também que tem Let's Take a Trip, que é uma conversação mais casual, tá? E uma aula privada, se eu quisesse fazer uma aula particular com o professor, mas não é meu objetivo aqui. A gente consegue ver o cronograma aqui, ó, próximas classes ao vivo. Sexta-feira vai ter essas 3 aulas, Grammar Talent Time, Surface Up, Private Class também. Consigo ver o que vai ter também no sábado, dia 8 de agosto. Essas aulas aqui. Ó, dia 9, domingo, vai ter essas aulas aqui. Dia 10, dia 11, dia 12. Praticamente um mês aí a gente consegue ver as aulas que vão ter ao vivo para a gente já se programar se a gente vai querer ou não assistir essas aulas. Mas hoje eu vou pegar essa aula como exemplo, mas eu não vou falar na aula. Eu vou somente deixar ali para vocês observarem o que é discutido nas aulas. Então, pessoal, aqui vocês conseguem observar, ó, que já se abriram as inscrições, tá? Então, o que eu vou fazer? Eu vou me inscrever nessa primeira aula, né? Então, vem nesse botão aqui, inscreva-se. Eu vou apertar inscreva-se na aula. Aí, o que está acontecendo aqui? Eu estou procurando uma sala que vai estar disponível aí às 5h30 aqui no meu horário, tá? Eu me inscrevo 10 minutos antes da aula, então dá tempo de me preparar, pegar uma aguinha, enfim, botar um fonezinho de ouvido, então dá um tempo pra gente se preparar para a aula antes dela realmente começar, né? Eu tenho essa opção, eu posso mandar uma mensagem, um chat para a professora ou para o professor dizendo que eu quero ser um ouvinte, eu não quero falar na aula, e eu já fiz isso nas últimas 3 aulas porque eu não queria falar, não estava preparado. Então, a gente pode fazer isso aí, tá? Agora é só esperar. Daqui a pouco vai aparecer aqui uma aba Entre na aula, Entre na sala. E a gente acaba entrando aí já e fica aguardando até as 5h30, tá? Ó, aqui apareceu, né? Ó, inscrições para aula ao vivo. Você está pronto para fazer sua aula ao vivo, então eu entro na aula. Lembrando que vocês têm que ter o aplicativo Zoom, né, baixado aí no navegador de vocês, né? Então vamos entrar na aula. A página aqui que abre é a página do Zoom. Então vai ficar essa mensagem aqui até iniciar de fato a nossa aula de inglês, tá? Então a gente tem que esperar que começou às 5h20, mas na verdade a aula vai começar às 5h30 aqui pelo horário, né, desta minha aula aí. Ó, pessoal, aqui está começando o roteamento da aula já, ó. Consegue observar que o professor ele já iniciou aqui, ó. Ó, por favor, espere, a reunião já vai começar em breve. Como eu falei para vocês, né, eu vou colocar que eu não quero falar, só quero ouvir aí a aula. Tá conectando aqui e iniciou, tá? Então eu coloco aqui, ó, entrar com o computador o áudio do computador.
And I am from Texas.
Meu microfone tá mudo,
Please say your name
tá muda, tá?
and where you are from, Gerardo.
Tem o chat.
Hello, my name is Gerardo, and I am from Venezuela, but I live in Calgary, Canada.
O Ivan aqui, ele já queria, ó,
thank you and welcome. It is very nice to meet you.
Eu vou colocar também aqui, ó. Eu gostaria de escutar somente.
And hello, Emmanuel. Please say your name and where you are from.
E aqui, por exemplo, tem
Hi, my name is Emmanuel, and I'm from Dominican Republic.
Awesome, thank you and welcome. It's very nice to meet you.
Qualquer dúvida e comentário, só deixar aí.
Also, please remember to silence your microphone. After you speak, you can click the microphone to silence your microphone.
Business leadership. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to tell what make a good leader, talk about the source of leadership skills, talk about mentors.
Ó, agora
Awesome,
a professora,
thank you.
ela ligou a webcam dela, então posso deixar
All right, let's
só para ela, pra
continue
olhar
to
ela,
the
já que os outros
warm-up
alunos estão sem
activity.
webcam. Geralmente é
And
assim, só a
Manuel,
professora
please
que
read the
tem a
warm-up
webcam.
instruction.
Okay. Warm up. Talk to your teacher and classmates. Ask questions to find out about them. Find a person in class who leads a large team, works with international employees, gives a younger person advice about business, prefers to work alone, is a leader at work, and what's a leadership position.
Thank you, very good. All right, next we are going to start a question rotation for these questions. First, please, Emmanuel, ask Lori a question. Then Lori asks Violeta, Violeta asks Gerardo, etc.
Okay. Larry, do you prefer to work alone?
It depends on the situation because I really love to work alone, but sometimes I need help. So, and it's better to work with your friends or with a good group, I think. So that it depends on the situation, on the topic. For example, if we have to do something at my school, I would rather do it alone. But if the situation is different, like we must go to another place and to prepare a project, I think I would rather do it with a team. Okay, Violeta, do you lead a large team?
Hi, Laurie. Yes, I think that I am a Laurie person. In my school, sometimes or always, I impulse to my other classmates to do their best work or the best, I don't know how do you say, employ their notes or something like that, for be successful persons. And Gerardo, you are a leader at your work?
Yes. I have had the opportunity to
Respondendo a professora no
be
chat,
a leader
tá?
in
Que ela me
work
perguntou de onde que eu era.
with
Eu acho que é
a
uma forma para
great
testar
team
se eu realmente estou prestando atenção na aula.
because I worked in oil and gas industry, and I have the opportunity to do that. Emmanuel, have you worked with international employees?
No, I don't work because I'm a kid.
Okay, so maybe we can ask you, do you want a leadership position in the future?
Yes. In the future, yes. Of course.
Awesome, thank you. And continue, ask Lori.
Okay, Larry, do you give a younger person advice about business?
Well, no, I don't because I'm so young and I don't know about business, and that's not a career I want to study. So I don't know anything about it.
And maybe here we will use the words studies and classmates.
Yeah, that could be because we are still young. Okay, Violeta, have you studied with international classmates?
I am a student, so no, I don't.
Okay, no, I don't study with international classmates. Awesome. Thank you, students, for helping me with the warm-up activity. Excellent job asking and responding to these questions. Thank you. Next, after the warm-up is a vocabulary activity. Here, can Laurie please read the instructions?
Okay, vocabulary. How many of these words do you know? Choose a word and define it. A trait, and I think that's like a quality that someone has.
Awesome, thank you. And let's put a quality. Perfect, thank you. And next is Violetta. Please choose a word and define it.
A mentor is like a teacher.
Awesome, thank you. Next is Gerardo. Please choose a word and define it.
Okay, optimistic. Optimistic is a person that focus or is attend the positive things or positive thought, everything positive.
Awesome, thank you. And please, Violetta, can you define leadership?
I think that a leadership, I don't not be sure, but is maybe a person or a ability that you have to leader a group of people or a team. That the vocabulary definitions. How many
Yes.
of the words did you know shows a word and use in a sentence?
All right, thank you, Violetta. Please choose a word and use it in a sentence.
Okay. My mom is a mentor in a high school.
Thank you. And please read the mentor definition.
A mentor, an advisor who teaches others.
Awesome, thank you. Next is Gerardo. Please choose a word and use it in a sentence.
Okay, optimistic. I am an optimistic person because I try to stay focused in the positive things, and I am positive thought.
Okay, I like to delegate in different conversations. Sorry,
All right, thank you. Very, very good using these words in sentences. Excellent job here, everyone. Thank you. Next, let's use these words in sentences. Here, can we please have Gerardo read the instructions?
Okay, complete this sentence with the correct vocabulary word and answer the question.
Thank you. And please complete number 1.
She has many good personality traits, friend lines, optimism, and generosity.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, can Emmanuel please complete number 2?
Okay, the manager can hands-on the projects to the employees. Okay, my college professor is my mentor. He helps me to be successful.
Awesome. Thank you, students, for helping me complete these sentences. Now let's go back to any corrections. What do you think, Emmanuel, about number 2?
I think the correct word is
Hello,
delegate.
Emmanuel?
What?
Number 2, what do you think about number 2?
Delegate. Wow, sorry.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes. And Violetta, what do you think about number 4?
It's a hands-on. And teacher, how this spell or pronounce? Strategy? I don't know how this word is pronounced.
Very good question. Thank you for asking. Let me type here for you. Strategy. Strategy. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank
Excellent
you.
question. You're welcome. All right. Now, finally, can Gerardo please ask Laurie the final question?
Okay, Laurie. What are your best personality traits?
I think my optimism and my politeness, because I think that's the most important to be a good leader and to be a better person.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, I agree. Definitely. And thank you, students, for helping me with these sentences and the final question. Very good. Next, after the fill in the blank activity is an idiom. Here, can Emmanuel please read the instructions?
Okay. Idiom. Talk about this idiom with your teacher and classmates and answer the questions. Okay. To be on the ball. To be well informed, aware, and competent. Example. Derek solved a big problem at work today. He was really on the ball. Okay. Violeta, are you on the ball at work? Why or why not?
I think that I on the ball in my school because I always try to study before the lessons and always be prepared with my homework and answer the different questions in the different topics and I be complete my goal. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank
So,
you. Yes, ask Emmanuel.
Okay. Emmanuel, are you on the ball at work? Why or why not?
No, I'm not on the ball at the school because before, obviously, yes, but with the quarantine, it was more difficult for me because the virtual class don't work very well for me.
Excellent. Thank you. Very, very good examples for why you can be on the ball or not stay on the ball. And I definitely think that even when you are not on the ball, there's always a chance to come back or return. And definitely a way to try to be optimistic about maybe learning something new or learning about the problem. Like Gerardo said, you have to attend to this specific situation.
Okay.
Thank you, students. Excellent job with this idiom. Very, very good with this in a sentence. Thank you. Next is a list activity. Here, can we please have Laurie read the instructions?
List. Brainstorm this topic with your class and make a list. What are the characteristics of a good leader?
Okay, Laurie, what do you think are the characteristics of a good leader?
Optimism. That's the first one.
Excellent, thank you. And next is Violeta. What are the characteristics of a good leader?
I think that is someone is polite. I don't know. Is a happiness person, maybe?
Awesome, thank you. Very, very good examples. All right, now, Laurie, can you please ask Violeta this final question?
Okay, Violeta. Which characteristics do you have?
that the characteristics that we point in the list.
Yes, correct.
I think that I am a politeness person and optimism and too communicative. I don't think that a deceive person because sometimes I feel bad or sad and I don't do my best work or take the best decisions. And yeah.
Thank you. And please ask Gerardo the same question.
Gerardo, which characteristic do you have? And explain us.
Okay, I am a very optimistic person because I'm trying to focus all the time on the positive things. If you transmit that other people, it's like a virus, contagious other people like that.
And only optimistic?
Oh wait,
Or
optimistic.
any other characteristics?
Okay. Yes, I'm optimistic and communicative and happy. Okay, Emmanuel.
Yes.
Which characteristics do you have?
Well, I have optimistic because always in the worst moments, I am motivating other people, and I always see the good side of things. And happy because I'm happy.
Awesome, thank you. And please ask Lori.
Hey, Larry, which characteristics do you have?
I think I have all the characteristics because I'm a really happy person. I really like to send positive vibes, and I think the most important is to be polite. We must be polite with the others, and I try to all the time remember it. I talk with everyone. I'm a really communicative person, so I'm not shy. That's a good, I think, ability that I have. I'm decisive person because I am not like, oh my god, shall I? No, I'm like this. I know what I want, and I know where I'm going to go, and I really like to be informed. I really love to know about new things, and I think I have everything.
Awesome, thank you. Yes, I definitely think that we can find these traits in each of us. It just depends on the specific situation, for sure. Thank you, students. Excellent job with the list activity and discussing your own personal characteristics. Thank you. Next is a ranking activity. Can we please have Violeta read the instructions, please?
Ranking. What is the most important trait of a good leader? Explain your choice. And I think honesty is the most important trait because if you express your ideas with honesty and do your best for first, I don't know, is better for others or your team, and the communicative was to be better.
Awesome, thank you. Very good. Next is Gerardo. What do you think is the most important trait of a good leader?
Okay, I think it's a combination of that characteristics. It's true that honesty. I agree with the Violet. No? Honesty is very important, but you have to combine with the other ability to delegate, good communication, and fairness too. And it's just a combination of that but honesty maybe is the first.
Awesome, thank you, very good. And next is Emmanuel. What do you think is the most important trait of a good leader?
I think honesty is the most important, right? Because the truth will always be better than the lie, even if it hurts.
Excellent, yes, and karma always finds a way, for sure. Thank you. All right, and Lori, what do you think is the most important trait of a good leader?
I think it's the self-confidence. If you don't trust yourself, I think you are not going to be able to get anything in your life. You must be confident, and we must, and the another thing I think is fairness, because we must give a fair treatment.
Awesome, thank you, students. Very good opinions for these different characteristics and why
Teacher,
we choose them. Yes.
I have a question.
Please.
What do you mean fairness?
I'm sorry, please repeat.
The last one. What do you mean fairness? The last one in the list.
Fairness. That's a very, very good question. Okay, so say that there's a man named Tom and a woman named Maria, and I have 4 apples. So I give 2 apples to Tom and 2 apples to Maria. I could say, for example, this is fair or this is even, right? So if I believe in fairness, that means I believe that everyone is equal and everyone is the same, for example. Or I give all my employees the same benefits, for example.
Okay, I got it.
Excellent. Very good question. Thank you. And thank you again, students, for helping me with ranking. Very good expressions here. Next, let's continue with the prefixes activity. And Gerardo, please read for us.
Talk about the word in the boxes and practice using them in sentences. In English, we can add something to the beginning of a word to change its meaning. These are called prefixes. Some prefixes, like in and in and on, make the word opposite in a negative way. Compare the words in the boxes. Make sentences using them. Professional, unprofessional. Experienced, inexperienced. Motivated, unmotivated. Example. A professional person is respected in business. An unprofessional person might be immature and they don't have a good reputation.
Awesome, thank you. So here we are studying prefixes, which is when we add something to the beginning of a word to change its meaning. In the examples, like in and un makes words opposite. Like, for example, happy and unhappy. So one is happy positive, one is happy negative. Now the instructions say to make a sentence using these words. First is Emmanuel. Please make a sentence.
Okay. With professional.
Okay.
Okay. My father is a professional doctor.
Awesome, thank you. And next is Lori. Please choose a word and use it in a sentence.
You don't know what to do if you are inexperienced.
Thank you. Next, Violetta, please choose a word and use it in a sentence.
I have a friend that is unmotivated in his work.
Awesome, thank you. And Gerardo, please choose a word and use it in a sentence.
Okay. In your work, in your job, on your work, you have to be motivated to do to get the goal. Reach your goal, right?
Awesome, thank you. All right, now Gerardo, please ask Emmanuel the final question.
Okay, Emmanuel, are you motivated or unmotivated at work or at the school?
Okay, at the school, yes. I'm motivated at the school because I like to help other students who can understand the class.
Excellent, thank you. That's very helpful. You are kind of like a mentor, which is great. Thank you. And thank you, students, for helping me with these prefixes, in and un, to make a word opposite. Next, after prefixes, is a pronunciation practice. Here, Emmanuel, please read the instructions.
Pronunciation practice. Repeat these sentences after your teacher.
Okay, Emmanuel, please repeat. Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Okay. Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Thank you. And please repeat. Mark makes many mistakes on Monday mornings.
Mark makes many mistakes on Monday mornings.
Awesome. Thank you. Next is Laurie. Please repeat. Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Thank you. And please repeat. Mark makes many mistakes on Monday mornings.
Mark makes many mistakes on Monday mornings.
Awesome. Thank you. Next, Violetta, please repeat. Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Thank you. And please repeat. Mark makes many mistakes on Monday morning.
Mark makes many mistakes on Monday morning.
Awesome. Thank you. Next is Gerardo. Please repeat. Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Larry led a lovely lunch lecture on levitation.
Thank you. And please repeat. Mark makes many mistakes on Monday mornings.
Mark makes many mistakes on Monday morning.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, Manuel, please ask Laurie the final question.
Okay, Larry, what part of the mouth and tongue do you use to produce the L sound in English?
It depends because I think like the sound L that could be with the teeth and before you teeth. It's like above the tongue. You are using your tongue to pronounce that letter. For example, when I was a little girl, my tongue was it was like I don't know how to explain it, but it was with my mouth was like stick. So I got a surgery and now I can pronounce the letter L. It's to move your tongue so up.
Excellent, thank you. Yes, I've heard of this before. It's very, very common. I think in English, we might call it lisp, because it's difficult for the person to pronounce a specific letter, even as an adult.
Yes.
Excellent, yes, very good. And thank you. Correct in saying the roof of your mouth, which is the top of your mouth or behind your teeth and above your tongue, the roof of your mouth or my mouth, and my tongue. Perfect, thank you. And thank you, students, for helping with this pronunciation practice. Excellent pronunciation. Let's review today's class: new vocabulary, trait, mentor, optimistic, hands-on, leadership, and delegate. Excellent job with the idiom to be on the ball, and very, very good with the prefixes like in and un, which makes words negative. I want to ask you now if you have any questions for the end of class. If no, then thank you. See you soon.
Thank you, teacher. Have a good day.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
college. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you soon.